Jordan Holloway really banging away now. Jordan Holloway on bank 17 as another car pot. Jordan Holloway's just landed that fish. It's a big fish, I'm told. That's Jordan Holloway on 17. Steve Kovac on back 7s into a carp. Steve Kovac. Aidan Mansfield's just landed a big fish. Aidan Mansfield on back 20.
Jamie Harrison done a live report, so definitely worth looking at the Golden Reel Facebook. It's definitely going to be a 2-horse race, I think, between Jamie Hughes and Jordan Holloway. I think Jamie is in front at the moment. So coming to the last 2 hours now, I'm behind Andy Power. He still ain't caught, bless him, at the moment. A few lads are caught. I would say Jamie Hughes is winning at the moment, and probably Jordan Holloway next to him is second. Other than that, I'm not sure really. Quite a lot of lads have got 2 to 3 fish. So a few fish are beginning to feed. Zach Brown's playing one a bit further down, and then the guy next to him, forgive me, I forgot his name, he's playing one as well, a bit closer. Lad on peg 7s playing a fish. Andy's still yet to catch. Andy Power's mum.
Hard luck, Andy.
So just finished, they're weighing in at the moment. Jamie Hughes has weighed, I think, 73 pounds, I could be wrong. I think that means Zach's going to win it. I think Zach's got, I reckon he's going to have about 90 pound, 100 pound maybe. So Zach Brown to weigh.
There you go.
Yeah, I think chicken dinner. I think you're right, it is definitely a winner.
fish, but they're big and got me patience, haven't you?
Definitely want to look at Jamie Harrison's reviews, and he's done a good video on the event. Hopefully he won't stand in my way.
Well, there's plenty of spectators here today. Thank you to everybody who's come down. It's really nice to see you support the event. It's not just about people who buy tickets to qualify. That is obviously
32.9, 32.9, 32.9.
32.9 for that way to support. For people watching the video.
Sorry, Dan.
YouTube, watching the streams. It would just make a difference. Thank you. Especially so many competitions out there. I know, you've got 2 more nets there, but as soon as you want to win, or anything you want to win.
15.6.
15.6, flat phone now, the lake. It's been like that much of the day. Not seen that many people moving it.
You've still got another 2 nets in as well. What's the silver net, I guess?
Could make all the difference. These are the new pegs that have been put in by the fishery. Lots of people been asking about those. They're in now. Just discussing whether to weigh those together. Weigh the skimmers or bring them on their own.
£8.3.
That's what he's got. So he's got. You got another net? Yeah, but he needs £30, right?
£6.4. £34 dead.
34 dead.
The comedian.
£9 2 ounces.
What's he had?
Yeah.
£90.
Well done, Zach.
Well done, Zach.
Done it.
Because I'm not important, I stay behind the line. So he's a win. He's a winner.
Participation today, all the finalists. I know it's been hard, but that's really is down to the weather we've had this week, the fact we've had to run the lakes down because of the levels, and it really was a pretty tough going competition. Everybody knows just how many fish are in this lake, but as it's turned out to be a pretty tight match, to say the least. So commiserations to those that suffered, and I hope you'll support it next year. I'll try and bring the final forward to a bit nicer and warmer weather. I think end of September we're chancing our arm a little bit now. But nevertheless, well done to all the section winners and the overalls. Well done to everybody that's fished it. It's been great having you, and thank you very, very much for your support on the event. So I'm going to start firstly with the section winners. Now I'm paying out 30,000 to the winner today, 3,000 to second, 2,000 to third, and 4 section wins of 750 each. It's a bit lower than I would like to have paid out, but it's basically down to the support it's had in way of ticket sales, and that's the very best the competition could do. So the first section winner, that's pegs 1 to 6 with a weight of £65, 10 ounces, Phil Canning.
Go on, Phil.
Come on, Phil. Well done, mate. There's your check. Is that made out? Just check it. Everything's okay there. Well done. Phil Canning, everybody. Go on, give him another round of applause. Right, the next section was 7 to 13 with a weight of £56 and 6 ounces. Consistent performer down here, Christian Jones. Well done, Christian. Very well done, mate. Just check that's right before you go off. Okay, well done, Christian. Well done, mate. Christian Jones. Well done, Chris. Right, the next section is pegs 14 to 20. We got him down as possibly winning this, certainly second. But as it turned out, it was Jordan Holloway winning the section with 73.9. Jordan. Well done, Jordan. Tough all the way through, but very close. Well done. Is that right? Yeah. Jordan Holloway, everybody. And last but not least on the sections, and I'm delighted for this guy because he's a great kid from Romania, weighing in £45.8, 21 to 26 pegs, is Bogdan Messer. Well done, Bogdan. Just check that now to make sure I've spelled your name correct. That is what? S-T. Right, well just hang on and I'll write you another check out because that won't go through if it's wrong. So, not spelt his name right, there you go. Romanians, but there you go. Don't run off and I'll write you another one. Right. In third place today, picking up £2,000 with a weight of £74, 6 ounces, Colin Scott. Well done, Colin. Just check that is correct, Colin. Yeah. And you get the replica there, the little trophy for your efforts. Well done, well done. Colin Scott, everybody, third place. In second place, it makes a change not putting a winner's one on this one, but he's got enough. In second place with a weight of £75, 4 ounces, Jamie Hughes. Well done, Jamie. Just check that's correct, so you know. Well done, Jamie. Well done. Jamie Hughes, everybody. Oh, Jamie. Well done, mate. And the winner. Oh, I'm not going to give it to him. I've decided. With a weight of £90, 2 ounce, 2024 Golden Reel winner, picking up 30 grand, Zach Brown. Come on, Zach.
Nothing's gone wrong with the sound because Phil's played music because of copyright. I'm unable, if I could speak properly, I'm unable to play this clip, otherwise I'll get a copyright strike, so obviously an infringement. So therefore, I'm talking over it. So congratulations to Zach Brown for winning. £30,000 for happy days. I would like you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The likelihood is you probably never seen my channel before, so I do all sorts, bit of me fishing, a bit of like independent product reviews, so everything's free, so happy days.
Okay, so what have I learned from the Golden Rod final? Now, it was evident that a lot of fish were getting caught on the pole. So, like, if someone said to me, without me knowing anything of social media, how's Larford going to fish and how are they going to attack it? Well, it's going to fish hard because of all the weather, all the rain, that cold night, obviously it's on the edge, as it did loads of venues. So you can't for 1 second criticise Larford for not having enough fish in it, because that's definitely not true. But I would have thought a lot of anglers would have fished a method feeder long, and they would have like fished the leads and ping pellets over the top. That's what I would have thought. But obviously that didn't happen. All these anglers are the best of the best, and a lot of them were all fishing a pole. Like Chris Riley just set up minimum gear. What I could see is I think he might have had one rod. I don't think I even see the rod. I only see the rods when he left, and he just had like pole kitted up, a few top kits. Fair play to him. He's there. He's fishing to win. You know, he's thinking, right, this is what the winning method's going to be. Pellets, short and long, and whatever they're going to fish down the edge. Ground bait, maggots, corn. I'm surprised I didn't see anyone fish any meat. That's another thing I thought would work quite well. I thought some anglers would have fished meat short, but speaking to like anglers afterwards, they said like, you know, they felt that they were going to get ragged by fishing meat because there's so many roach and skimmers in there, so they've opted to fish hard pellets. Now it's like basically a lot of anglers were feeding 6mm pellets and fishing an 8 on the hook, and then fishing 020s as well, hook length, so no point messing around. These fish are big as well. What was an eye-opener to me, and I will name drop, is watching Jordan Holloway, and he fed a lot of bait. Like, he was like 3 pouches, and I mean 3-4 pouches of 6mm. So he was proper lashing it in, so he was like mega positive, and fair play to him. He did suffer a little bit of foul looking, like all the anglers did, so it wasn't like, oh no, he's fed it all wrong. Far from it, because the lads come 4th overall, which is a little bit unlucky really, because it was so tight. I mean, fair play, Zach Brown's won it with £93 or £94, and then it's been Jamie Hughes with £75, sorry, I get everything wrong. Yeah, I only do one take. So Zach Brown's won it, 93 off £94. Jamie Hughes has come second with £75, and then Colin Scott has come third with £74, and Jordan has been, I feel a bit sorry for him really, he's come 4th with £73. Now you got to remember, these fish are really big, so probably average carp was probably knocking around sort of £10, and there was a lot of fish that were caught that were like upper teens. And I mean, Zach's put 2 fish on the scales for £34, so it just shows how big these fish are. So, you know, when you go 75, 74, 73, you know, size of fish matter massively, obviously. So it wasn't like you catching loads of like small roach or skimmers or anything like that. I mean, that'd be phenomenal weight of £75 of skimmers. Mind you, they do that at Larford, but that's another story. So yeah, so it's very, very close. And another thing I was surprised about was like the rigs were relatively light. Obviously heavy lines, but like the pole rigs. I looked at Jamie Hughes' like pole rigs, and obviously my camera's alright from Vargos, take some alright snaps. So therefore, whatchamacallit, I was quite surprised that the rigs were relatively light. So like, I thought the rigs would have been heavier, but just shows what I know, not a lot. So quite light rigs, obviously heavy lines. It looks like Jamie Hughes was using like a 2mm elastic, so a bit lighter than other people were using. So I believe it was a 2mm hybrid, I might be wrong. Look at Winning Ways with Richard Chapman, undoubtedly they'll do a detailed analysis on the match. But you got some other anglers that were fishing a lot heavier, sort of like hollows, like a 2.8 and stuff. So, you know, horses for courses. Watching Andy Power play fish as well was quite interesting. How he kept the pole so low and kept his top 4 on, and then try and like swing it up. Whereas Jamie Hughes and a few others would break down to their top kit and then play the fish on the top kit, even though it's like a top 4 deep, and then put the top kit on after they've like netted the fish. So there's a few interesting ways of playing fish, and obviously I think playing fish on a venue like that is really, really important, because you don't really want to be playing the fish for ages. Ideally you want to be getting them out quite quick, not brutally quick, but as in quite quick, because obviously it is a match, and there's definitely a key to playing big fish like that as a skill, which could save you a lot of time. And obviously, like, a lot of the fish started to feed like the last hour. It wasn't as frantic as I thought it was going to be, but you know, you could come from nowhere to somewhere in that match, especially with it being quite tight, well, very tight. You know, a lot of anglers of that sort of standard would be able to do £80 in an hour easily, if not over £100 in an hour. The reason why I'd say it wouldn't be higher is because obviously because of the weather conditions and people walking around on the Burbank and on the Shallow Bank and stuff, you know, quite close. Are the fish used to people walking around with the crowds? I'm not so sure, but you know, maybe that's all in my head about skylining and people walking around and stuff. So yeah, so in a nutshell, let's summarize it up because I feel like I'm like gabbling. So pellets was obviously key, and being patient. Chatted a couple of anglers and they said about like there was no sort of pattern, but I felt you had to feed some bait. I think some people were maybe watching maybe a bit too negative, but then saying that, you know, was there just not the volume of fish in front of them? So would they have ruined their peg? Some people said that maybe they should just toss potted it, feed next to nothing, just waited. But I felt like the people that were pinging and giving it a bit of bait, not loads, well, Jordan Holloway gave it loads, but I felt you had to feed something, make some noise, get in there. And the nature of the beast, unfortunately, you were undoubtedly, don't matter how good you are, you were going to foul hook a couple of fish. And if you're really lucky, you might have got them out. And if you weren't lucky, then you didn't. But I think it was the nature of the beast. I felt like watching, you had to feed some bait to get in there. You know, you see like Andy Power like started to feed some bait. I mean, bless him, he ain't caught for 3.5 hours, not a fish. I mean, the man's undoubtedly forgot more about fishing than I know. So he started picking some bait and started catching in his last sort of hour. And even he suffered a few foul hookers, and bless him. So, you know, yeah, it's definitely an eye-opener. Quite light rigs, even though that depth of water, strong lines, lifting and dropping, and pinging pellets without a doubt. That's what I would say. I mean, Andy did fish the waggler as well as an Andy Power, and obviously never caught on it. So yeah, I think there was a lot of fish topping, but I think them fish maybe weren't feeding. I was chatting to a couple of lads in like the audience when I was taking a few photographs and that, saying I remember fishing Manor Farm on Island Pool, peg 32. I can't remember exactly when it was, and there was F1s topping everywhere. Anyway, no joke, 2.5 hours into the match, I ain't caught hardly anything, and I'm like varying all the depths of the waggler and feeding it and chucking it all over the place, on purpose, not because I'm bad at casting. And didn't catch, fish stopped topping, and then just started sacking. It was unbelievable. I can't remember what it weighed, like 150 or something. So like literally F1 every single put on the waggler, you know. And yet beforehand you wouldn't think there was a fish in the lake other than all the ones that were topping. There was like millions, you know what I mean? So, and yesterday was loads of carp were topping. I thought 80 Mansfield had a real good chance, especially the amount of fish that was topping in front of him. Not just him, around the area as well. There's quite a lot of people that had a lot of fish topping, but that area with the wind blowing up there, I felt, you know, he had a really good chance. He was on peg 24, 25. I'd probably say there was even more fish topping, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be. Like where Jamie Hughes was and Jordan Holloway, you felt that probably wouldn't have been a very good area, but obviously them two had a real good battle. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, even with me waffling on at the end, but I thought I'd give a little bit of input. I'm not really interested in like filming myself on them sort of matches, walking around and stating this and that, so I just do a bit of voiceover and watch the pros fish. Anyway, I'll catch you soon.